2023, President Bola Tinubu was inaugurated as the Nigerian president, the fifth democratic rule in 1999. Did you know? And shortly after he was inaugurated, he constituted a cabinet, introducing some changes, including separating the Youth Development Ministry from Sports Ministry, both of which were merged under the same ministry for a long time. Did you know? We print and loot and share around. And they gave the reason that the change was to enable government pay deserving attention to the development of Nigerian youth population. Did you know? Lord for the spirits, people who don't bother, them they wait on the Lord for. Tinubu's administration focuses on the renewed hope agenda. The manifesto which he presented provided a framework for addressing the multifaceted challenges facing the Nigerian youth. And central to this vision is a commitment to social, economic, political empowerment of the young Nigerian. President Bola Tinubu pledged in the document to have the alarming youth unemployment rate to 33% through targeted interventions. People who they slam head for ground. Now, this plan includes leveraging partnership with the Central Bank of Nigeria to facilitate access to low-cost loans for youth-led enterprises. And you would agree with me that this move aimed at fostering entrepreneurship and economic resilience among the Nigerian youth. Today, don't forget, we are focusing on the Nigerian youth. How far have we gone? Go around town. People go down. Now, so far so good. The renewed hope agenda under the administration of President Bola Tinubu, the Ministry of Youth has adopted an approach of segmenting issues concerning youth into sports, technology, education, agriculture and entertainment. And this is to maximize productivity and provide tailored support to the specific need of each sector. Carry belly for the thief child. Another look at what has been done so far. The federal government launched the National Talent Export Program to provide 1 million jobs opportunity, and by so doing to boost foreign exchange earnings through the export of skilled labor. Did you know? Now, did you know that the President Tinubu's administration also established the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NEL Fund, and this initiative, established in a new law signed by Mr. President Bola Tinubu shortly after his inauguration, was designed to facilitate access to student loans and ensure aspiring scholars pursue academic excellence without financial constraints. Did you know? Now you know. Them they wait on the Lord something go around town. People they go down. The world is spinning round. The world is going down. Now, central to the renewed hope agenda is the plan for the Nigerian youth. And President Bola Tinubu's plan for the youth, as outlined in his manifesto, include youth employment and empowerment, that is creating 1 million new jobs within the first 2 years in office, focusing on agriculture, technology and creative industry. Education reform, revamping the education system and introducing vocational training and skills development and entrepreneurship programs. Still part of the plan is the youth entrepreneurship, that is to establish youth entrepreneurship bank to provide access to capital, mentorship and training for young entrepreneurs. You wanna go downtown. Still part of the agenda, the plan of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is to develop the Nigeria's digital economy by investing in infrastructure, digital skills, training and supporting tech startup. Let's look at sport. The manifesto promised a sports infrastructure, training and talent development. Youth inclusion in governance, that is, increase youth representation in government, ensuring 50% of appointments are given to individuals under 40. The world is spinning round, round. The world is going downtown. These plans aim to address unemployment, empower young entrepreneurs, and develop Nigeria's human capital. However, 2024, how true have these promises come to pass? Anyway, anyhow, now. So today we will be focusing on the federal government and youth development, and we will be looking at the renewed hope agenda. So far, so good. Where are we? Them say the priest, he dey pray for the tea. Sadaka for Allah, blood for the spirit. And today I have one of the thought leaders, as we usually do on the dialogue, bringing people that know details, that know what is key to the sector we intend to discuss. And I have with me Mr. ATOLANI KAYODE, a public analyst and an NGO. He works with an NGO for Yoruba Youth Development. The world is going down. I have with me Mr. ATOLANI KAYODE. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Oliuwaseun.
Oh, yes.
Good morning to our listener at both home and abroad.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, you are someone that over time you focus on youth development in Yoruba youth development, Nigerian youth development in general. Now, let's look at the renewed hope agenda. Since inception of this government, has this renewed hope agenda kept to its promise to the Nigerian youth?
Yeah, renew hope agenda. I think, to my own observation and to the best of my own knowledge, Renew Hope Agenda has a very good vision for the youth, but I think it's just on the paper. It has not really been manifested so far so good. We are still at the same point we were before he came in, and up to this very moment, we have not really moved forward.
Okay, Mr. ATOLANI KAYODE, I asked earlier if you think the renewed hope agenda is still in force, is still giving hope to the Nigerian youth. Now, one question I also want to ask is, if you look at the peculiarity, I mean, you work with so many youths across different sectors, what do you think is a common factor that connects the Nigerian youth, whether you're from the south, the north, the east, the west? What is that thing you think connects us that we can identify with?
We have a general problem of insensitivity among our youths, among our parents, among the government, among the lecturers in universities. We are all connected with that term, with that word, insensitivity, and we are not ready to move forward.
Okay. Insensitivity, so you say. People go off town. Anyway, anyhow, now. Chop your own and clean mouth now. We print and loot and share around. Them say the priest. Now, the federal government has rolled out different plans for to cater for the needs of the Nigerian youth to develop Nigeria. Let's look at the NEL Fund program that was introduced. That is the Nigerian Education Loan Fund. What's your perspective? What's your take on that program?
It's a very laudable one and very commendable. It's a very good one. And the only concern, because of our insensitivity I mentioned earlier, is that are the loans not going to be a waste at the end of the programs in universities? Because so far so good. More of the money spent on our youth in universities are more or less waste. Even the one sponsored by their parents, are we really executing what we learn in schools? We are all worshipping paper that we call certificate. That is why you see automobile engineer proud of himself that, don't you know, I'm a mobile engineer, I graduated from Social University. He cannot identify a spanner that will lose a boat.
So whose fault? Is it that the government failed the youth, or the youth failed the government?
We fail ourselves. Everybody is inclusive in this problem, including the parents, including the youth, including the lecturers, including the government. Everybody has failed. We are not sensitive to our problem.
The government has failed. Everybody has failed. Mr. ATOLANI KAYODE says.
People who they go downtown.
Another program that the federal government, through the Ministry of Information and National Orientation, rolled out to cater for the needs of the Nigerian youth is the 3 million technical talent program. And the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has said that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has set up the structure to create 3 million jobs for the Nigerian youth through mental level.
Is it not funny? Is it not funny? I just mentioned it that all these things are very good, but they are on papers. I can tell you by the virtue of my engagement, we have moved around so many technical schools to discover whether we have inventions that can be exhibited, so that we can also depend on our youth for technologies development. But I can tell you for free that all our technical schools of today, as of today, are empty. They based their teachings on theory only, no practical. So where is the money allocated for that program? Where is it manifesting? Where is the testimony for that huge amount allocated? See, I tell you, all these things are not manifesting.
They are not manifested.
Have you seen one manifested, Shiu?
So you say. But then again, if the government's job creation is not catering to the challenge at hand, can't the Nigerian youth create something for themselves?
Very well. You have a very valid question. We youth can create various jobs for themselves. Take, for instance, somebody studied a Greek in school, in university, and you were being posted to a state to go and serve. I can assure you, if we are being sensitive, that kind of a student, that kind of a youth or graduate now can invest in that way. Because how much is a chick? As somebody that graduated from the university, studied agriculture, how much is chick? And how many months will he care for that chick before he start giving eggs? He can create job for himself by supplying eggs to the neighborhood. Start from somewhere. But what do we are waiting, we are all waiting for huge amounts of money, millions of naira before we can invest. Meanwhile, not as if we get that millions of naira, we will achieve anything from it. It will be lavished because we are not sensitive. That is our problem.
Sensitivity.
We are lacking it.
Don't forget that you can join the dialogue this morning. Call 090-5696-9961. A look at youth development and the federal government. We're taking a look at the renewed hope agenda. Where is the Nigerian youth in all this? Is there hope? Is there renewed hope for the Nigerian youth?
The neighbor daughter carry belly for the thief child.
earlier we looked at the Nail Phone. Now another program by the federal government. Now this has been ongoing even before this current administration. Let's look at the NYSC. Do you think that NYSC is contributing to the youth development in Nigeria?
Yes, it is. It is, but not as significant as expected. At least it mixes up our youth from north, from south, from west. We have that obligations to live together and to relate together. I studied the culture of the people at where but what are we really engaging ourselves meaningfully? No, because what we all do is that year and that's another wasted year in Nigerian youth. That's 1 year, because many of the youth will just go there. We are to serve our fatherland. This is a wasted year. We are not meaningfully using it. We are not achieving anything through it.
Okay.
Them cigarettes still calls for town.
Now somebody will wonder, why am I mentioning now NYSC? Because there are quite a number of programs put in place for the Nigerian youth, for youth development. We have the NYIF, that is Nigerian Youth Investment Fund. We have the National Youth Service Corps, which we just talked about. We have Youth Empowerment and Development Initiative, YIDI, that's another one, a non-profit organization. We have the Tony Elumelu Foundation. We have the Empower, if you can recall, we have the Empower. We have Youth Enterprise with Innovation in Nigeria, that is, you win. The Google Developer Space, there's that one as well. We have Andela Nigeria, a program designed to connect African software developers with global opportunities. We have the UNDP, Youth Empowerment Program. I've listed, more than 5 programs that are put in place for Nigerian youth. What more do the Nigerian youth want?
Nigerian youth needs advocacy. They need orientation. They need information, and they need education. When I say education, I don't. Yes. I mean education, not as in teaching me alphabet, not teaching me how to do something which you cannot practically show me. That is not education. You are just learning grammar in schools, but we need education. See, these programs are laudable. I've mentioned it earlier on. By the time you invest on a youth, you give him or her some amount of money to invest. Invest on what? On something he doesn't know, on something he's not educated about, on something he's not informed about. So, we need advocacy. We need orientation. Our youths are straight away. They have strayed away. Our youth have strayed away. No moral, no manner. Is it not the same youth that will be engaging themselves in cyber crimes, and they call it Yahoo? And then at the end of the day, they advance from Yahoo to Yahoo Plus or so ever, using their co-youth as sacrificial lambs for rituals, money-making rituals. Youth. We say they are not inclusive in governance. We have seen youth. We have a good numbers of them. How old is this guy before he became a governor and he messed up the stool? How old is this girl that was made a minister in these recent times, of a minister under Tinubu?
Are you referring to Beta Edu?
If you call her Beta Edu, that's the Beta Edu. That's the name. How old is she? Is it not a youth? How sensitive is she? How well did she use that opportunity? See, my sister, our youths are rotting. They are straight away. We need advocacy. We need orientation. We need education. We need to inform them. They need to be sensitive about themselves and about the future. It is alarming, the rate at which they are going astray.
But what more does the Nigerian youth want from the government? If all those plans are there, if we have everything that the government says they put in place, what more are they yearning for?
Another question is this: you are emphasizing on the government put this in place, government put that in place. Fine. Where do they put it? Where are they now? And who are in charge? are they sensitive about what they are supposed to use those facilities and resources for? Are they using it correctly? Are they see, we have so many projects. We have agri projects whereby government will allocate so much amount of money for agriculture. At the end of the day, you see paper farmers. The farmers on paper that will be accessing, they are the only one that will have access to those funds. The real farmers will not. Where are the youth that are enjoying those resources? Where are they?
Where are they?
Oh, something they go around town. People do they go downtown, going downtown.
Okay, you are still tuned into 96.1 FM, and this is the dialogue with Oliuwaseun Ogunrotimi, and I have with me Mr. ATOLANI KAYODE, a public analyst, a youth development advocate, and we've been looking at the Nigerian youth and the federal government, and we're taking a look at the Renewed Hope agenda. We'll go on a break very soon, but when we come back, we'll be looking at youth representation under the President Bola Tinubu's administration. Don't go nowhere. The dialogue returns shortly.
Blood for the spirits. People who know bother, them they wait on the Lord for. Something they go around town. People who they go down. The world is spinning round. The world is going down. Something they go around town. People who they slam head for ground. Them cigarettes still cause for town. Few people they smile, more they frown. Something they go around town. People who they go downtown. Some people they stand around. You wanna no go downtown. Them say the chief, he dey sleep.
Feeling stuck? Need a boost of inspiration? Look no further. The dew of motivation is here. You are listening to Erie 96.1, your favorite radio station for non-stop classics. We are the king.
Do you know that with just 1,000 euros, you can relocate to live, study, and work in Europe? Oh yes! Starting from 1,000 euros, your dream to relocate to Europe will be a reality. This is another golden opportunity brought to you by YouFitFly to relocate with your family to countries like Spain, Croatia, Bulgaria, Albania, and many other countries in Europe too numerous to mention. Join the array of our success story now. Visit YouFitFly office at Block B, Plot 15, 7 Up Road, Oliuwaseun Estate, Ring Road, Ibadan, or call 0808-636-3181 or 0901-111-1190. Website youfitfly.com. Market starting from 1,000 euros. You will live, study, and work in Europe with your family.
Prepare to bow down to Erie 96.1 FM, the undisputed king of radio. 96.1 FM.
Something they go around town. People who they go downtown. Some people they stand around. You wanna no go downtown. Them say the chief.
You're welcome back from the break. This is still the dialogue on Irina 6.1 FM. And I have been engaging Mr. ATOLANI KAYODE, a youth development advocate. And we'll be looking at federal government and youth development, a look at the Renewed Hope agenda. And this segment, the last leg of the segment, we'll be looking at youth participation and governance. And let's go back in time.
The world is spinning round, round.
May 31st, 2018, former President former President Muhammadu Buhari signed a bill into law. The Not Too Young to Run bill is a constitutionally amendment bill in Nigeria that seeks to reduce the age requirement for running for public office.
Chop your own and clean mouth now.
Now, the key provisions of this bill are reduction of age requirements for presidential candidates from 40 to 35 years.
Sadaka for Allah, blood for the spirit. People who know about
Reduction of age requirements for governorship candidates from 35 to 30 years. Another reduction of age requirements for House of Representatives candidates from 30 to 25 years.
The world is spinning round, round.
Finally, the bill has the reduction of age requirements for State House of Assembly candidates from 30 to 25 years. This bill aims to increase youth participation in politics, leadership, and give young people a greater voice in the country's governance. It was championed by the Not Too Young to Run movement, a coalition of youth groups and civil society organizations. And all this was assented to by former President Muhammadu Buhari on May 31st, 2018. Now let's look at this. Since the bill, let's start from, when we are talking about the president, it's always good to look back in time in history. 2018, not too long ago, we're in 2024, not too long ago, one would say, since this bill has been signed, what's your overview of the political, has there been a political change in the governance of Nigeria?
There is no political change. There is no political change. We can't have political change with the system we run. Our youths are not ready. Even the leaders are not sincere about what they are. If
you say there's no political change, I know the Speaker of Oyo State. This bill is a young man, and this bill, his position as a Speaker affirmed that this bill is in process in Nigeria. We have other instances of people who are in government that, this bill, as a result of this bill, they were given a leverage to be in politics, to be at the helms of affair.
When you are talking of your statement now, what you just said means you are talking about political structure. That is not what should be referred to as political change. When we talk of political change, we're talking about achievement of the politicians, especially those ones in powers. See, you just mentioned our speaker now in Oyo State. Thank God you even mentioned him. Do you know his position about this local government autonomy before federal government eventually won through Supreme Court? He was standing against local government autonomy. A youth standing against local government autonomy. Is that a political change? Is it not the same problem that the old ones are trending? Is it not the same way? Business as usual. When we're talking of youth now, is it not from our society that we bring up those youth? Even, let me tell you, some political party even reduced drastically the nomination form and show of intention form to the barest minimum. for youth to be able to participate. But what do we see? We have not seen anything tangible that is changed in our system, in the organization. The youth they are incorporating, many of them are just being paid off. Many of them are being compensated for the job well done during the campaign system. Not as if they have that capacity to hold the office they have been, that were put in their custodies. Not as if they have that mental ability, not as if they have the experience that it takes to do this thing. But they just, my sister, let me tell you this thing. If you want to pick an SA, special advisor, if you pick your SA, special advisor now, or SSA, whatever name you give, if you pick it on the platform of compensating what he has done some times ago, you are not achieving anything. You are not going anywhere. You will not go far, because those people cannot even advise you. They are just being carried with the title that they cannot practice. They cannot advise you because they are looking at you as their benefactor. They are there to just cash out to get some financial benefit through the post you give them, not as if they are really. That is why we can't. Okay, since they are incorporating youth this, youth that into political system now, what have we seen that changed?
That's the question many people are asking, and that's the question I'm throwing to our listener. Since this administration, or since the Not Too Young to Run bill was signed into law by former President Muhammadu Buhari, what do you think has changed in our politics, in our economic, political participation of youth? What do you think has changed? Okay, we are now looking at the current administration. Let's look at youth engagement and participation so far. How would you rate youth participation and engagement with the Renewed Hope Agenda administration?
Renewed Hope Agenda, youth participation, both current and the old system are still the same thing. I have just mentioned it. All the youth that are being engaged, are they engaged on what they can offer, or are they engaged in a way to compensate what they did, or how actively they were involved during campaign? That is the problem. See, if not so, I will still mention this current minister that was suspended, yet has entered the system through the back door. Are we sincere? Are we determined to really have a change? This Kogi former governor, up to today, they have not been able to apprehend him, either to interrogate or to ask him some few questions. Yet we all heard, is he not a youth? What are we saying here is we get our political leaders, those people that occupy those offices, from our society. This is a society that has lost it. We don't have moral again. We don't have manner again. We are not sensitive. The parents are not helping matter. We are not training our children in the way of God, that we have fear of God or we are mannered. The lecturers will take bribe from a student to pass him or her. The student will graduate and will become somebody that is being reckoned with as a graduate that fits in for a political position or for this, for that. How did he get there? What can he offer, or she? What can they offer? Are we really determined? Are we really orientating our youth? We are not advocating enough. We are not talking to their senses. We don't have qualified youth to move Nigeria forward. Neither do we have a good leader. So we need to reorientate our youth now.
Thank God you mentioned one solution, because I was drifting towards what should be done to cater to develop the youth in Nigeria. What do you think government can do to boost development amongst youth?
Government can do a lot of things. One, let them face education and be sincere, be determined, and be sensitive again about education. When we talk of science and technologies, are we just reading how Karl Marx did something, how somebody invented something? What are we teaching them to invent too? Are we really sincere about our education? We are not. Technical education, government can focus on this. These phones we use, these big phones, Android, iPhone, this blah blah, they are being coupled with by children in China. But what are we teaching our own children in school? Is it we should just stop this menace of teaching our students just alphabet and how to blow grammar? You don't. They have changed all the system to history. You teach them how one tractor plowed the acre of land some years back. How this thing they are not practicalizing it. We are not going far. We are not going forward. We need to reorientate ourselves. Then government need to sit tight and take it serious. That okay, this is College of Agriculture. How many tractors can serve the students very well that they can all learn how to operate it? How many pen can we create? How many acres of land do we create and share within the students? This is our own portion. This is Mr. A portion. Are we practicalizing? See, government can change the method of our education to practical way, and you see us grow.
Okay, so that's what government can do for the Nigerian youth. 09056969961. The phone lines are now open. What do you think the Nigerian government, the Renewed Hope administration, can do for you as a youth in Nigeria? Facebook page. Thank you so much to everyone that joined us live on Facebook. I see your comments. Agunbi Ade Sharif Aguns says good morning. Thank you so much for joining us live on Facebook. Good morning to you too. And Alakowe Media says well done. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. You also can join us live on Facebook at Erie 96.1 FM Ibadan. That's our Facebook handle. You also can call in right now to join the dialogue, and we are looking at what the federal government can do for the Nigerian youth. What ways can they make it better for the Nigerian youth? 09056969961. 09056969961. That's the number to call.
The world is going down. Anyway, anyhow, now. Chop your own and clean mouth now. We print and loot and share around.
We are of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. And I'm asking you, the Nigerian youth, what do you think that the federal government can do to make things better?
Something there, around down. People you there, go down. The world is spinning round. The world is going down.
09056969961. That's the number to call. We're looking at the Nigerian youth and the Renewed Hope agenda. What do you think the federal government, the state government across all levels can do to renew the hope of the young Nigerian?
Slam head for ground. Them cigarettes still calls for town. Few people they smile, more they frown.
(09056969961). Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please reduce the volume of your radio set. Okay, so what's...
I'm calling you from around the world. I think the federal government should be better than what they're doing now. They should empower you. Give them skills at the school level. If it's part of their curriculum, if it's part of the curriculum, they would have met some of the skills. And at the time they graduate, they would have become entrepreneurs themselves. And it was better. It could more. Number two, the government should do more about tech. When they do invest more in tech, tech is the easy now, it moves the world now. Let them train them, in specialties, like aeronautic, areas, aeronautic mechanical areas. These are areas where Chinese, are training their own children. While we are teaching our children to speak English, they are teaching them, to be better equipped. There's no different technologies. AI is now in the book. We can train our children as part of the curriculum. Even from primary school, it is part them, they flow in easily, into all these areas. And by the time they become graduates, they are better because they won't be looking for a government job. They'll be empowered and they'll all become entrepreneurs and they'll be able, to even be employed as labor. This is my take. And also agriculture, like our guests have said, the government invests more in agriculture. We have land in Nigeria. Land, that we're not using for anything. Let's clear the land. That is part of the NYSC program. Yes. Let them introduce mechanized farming in industrial capacity so that our people are used to be better equipped. If they have access to technology, and mechanized farming, then people will be interested in agriculture and let them keep our lives safe. Security is another thing. You can't go to the farm where you know that you'll be blamed to be harassed. That is why everything is so expensive in Nigeria. And also, I want to say that government, although this is not part of the focus, but I just want to say government should reduce all these political activities and reduce the salaries of our lawmakers. It is astronomically erroneous. Please, it is administrative malady. Let me put it that way. Let them reduce it. You can imagine if they come to
Hello.
Okay. Let them do more on this, my take.
Thank you so much for calling. Thank you so much. 09056969961. What do you think the government can do for the young Nigerian? This is a dialogue. Join the dialogue.
Something needed to go around town. People who they go downtown.
09056969961. The dialogue is the program, and I've been engaging Mr. ATOLANI Kayode, a youth development advocate, and we'll be looking at the Nigerian youth and what the federal government can do, the history so far, the present right now, and we're looking into the future of what the government can do for the young Nigerian, for the Nigerian youth. You also can join the conversation. What do you think the Nigerian government can do to improve the quality of life, of existence of the young Nigerian?
People who they go down. The world is spinning round, round. The world is going downtown.
Okay, time is moving really fast and we have to wrap up right now. Earlier you said, you made mention of what the government can do, to help the develop Nigerian youth. But in the interim, if the government is not doing what you say they should do, what is the solution? What would you advise the young Nigerians to do for themselves?
The young Nigerians cannot actually help themselves at the point we are now. They need people to encourage them.
Okay, please hold on your thoughts. We have a call right now. Hello, good morning. We lost that one. Please go ahead.
We need orientation from our parents. We need orientation from our society. Youth are there. Youth are being, the youthful exuberant are always in them. They cannot really retrace their steps back. But ordinarily, youth should be, an individual person should be determined. That is part of what we are doing right here. We are advocating, we are pleading with them. Let them see the future that is embedded in them. Let them see the good life that life holds for them in the future. Let them be sincere about themselves. Let them determine that this is what I want to do. I want to be resourceful. Let them be resourceful. Don't let them be lazy. Don't let them depend on free money. Many youths today, if you ask them what do, you see them and say, I'm a politician. How can a youth say I'm a politician? Is that job? Is politics a job? A youth will tell you proudly, I'm a politician. That is wrong mentality. Some youth will tell you, I'm a graduate, I'm looking for job. What job are you looking for? Are you even employable? We are talking of unemployment. Are we not? Are we also talking about being employable? See, there are so many things they can do for them. Look at our leaders are in the position to really help. Look at these artisans. The artisans, they will train you how to make clothes, like tailors, for instance, or barber or whatever. They train you how to make clothes. They now say you have taken your leave, as in they call it bayonda. That bayonda is to go and look for huge amount of money you will spend on celebration of your freedom. That money you want to spend there sometimes is more than enough to establish your business. The leader, the trainers now, they also can help the youth. Not every youth are in school. Some people are learning this trading. Trades of the artists, the people in the group of artists. See, they can help them. Don't put unnecessary burden on these people. When you some tribe, I know some tribe. We have gone for so many research. I know some tribe, when they teach you how to do a trade, they establish a shop for you instead of putting unnecessary burden on you to go and look for money for a celebration of freedom. There are so many things we can do for our youth. Let our youth also be ready to be assisted. We need to engage them practically.
Okay, thank you very much.
Anyway, anyhow, now.
Okay, my own take right now, I would like to speak to industries. Let's talk about industrialization of the country. And I'm using this medium to call on the big chiefs and the big organizations that don't take money out of Nigeria. Invest in Nigeria. They should create employment, industrialize Nigeria, create conducive environment, and power should be available. Sound education, these are the core to develop the Nigerian youth. Industrialize Nigeria, create a conducive environment for the young Nigeria. Power, electricity, we cannot undermine that. Power should be available, constant power supply, and then invest in sound education.
The world is going down.
Mr. ATOLANI, KAYODE, thank you so much for joining the conversation, the dialogue today.
It's a pleasure being with you here.
And I hope you continue advocating for the Nigerian youth.
For now, that's my assignment.
Okay, thank you so much. A wonderful thank you to everyone that tuned in on the dialogue this morning. Join my colleague tomorrow from 9:30 to 10:30 on the dialogue on another look, another perspective, which you will be glad you did. I remain